Hey everyone, welcome back to another Godzilla Battleline video, and today we are going over the logs for Giant Octopus, Mefilas, and Zetton. So, very simple, very easy to read this map. If you are a long-time viewer of this channel, subscriber, what have you, you know this, you're familiar with this. For the new people, I will go over it extremely quickly. Alright, so when you are exploring a map in your expedition section, there are these logs that will appear on the top of your maps, right? Because you have like 6 maps and then an actual map of like the world, and then in between that, it's a bar of text. You can scroll through that text and you get these logs. These logs tell a story, and it is, not random on what stories give you what. You can tell exactly what monster you are going to get by the stories in these logs. So we have a key here. There's a few exceptions to this rule, but this is generally 99% of the time how the logs play out. Entries 1 and 2 in the log, your first 2 things that you see, do not describe anything specific of any monster or any kind of unit pool or anything like that. The first 2 entries are purely environmental. It'll be like, oh, the trees are looking nice, or the rocks are a little melted because it's hot out, or the ocean is stirring up. Doesn't mean anything. Any of the monsters could be attached to any of those particular logs. Same with the location on the map. The location on the map, like where your red dot is, doesn't matter either. Okay. Entries 3, 4, and 5 is the unit category. So this determines what category of monster you are going to get. Now there's a few categories we can discern. There are some overlap, like Shin Godzilla starts in one and goes to the other, but the general categories are bug-themed monsters, flying monsters / space monsters. They go in the same category, so anything that can traverse the air in any capacity gets, the aerial section. There's the terrestrial section, which houses like 90% of the Godzillas. There's this section for a bunch of like random units, like they don't really have a particular category. It's just kind of like misfit monsters. And then machines or cyborgs, I guess. I don't know if Zetton or Mogera cyborgs are purely machine, but machine category, right? So that's what logs 3, 4, and 5 will cover. Logs 6, 7, and 8 are going to be your identifiers. That's going to tell you exactly what monster you have. Now, there are a few exceptions. For example, the Godzillas, or most of the Godzillas, let me bring you down here. Earth, 89, 21, well, 21 not anymore because he's not in the maps, but Burning, 54, and Space Godzilla all share the same 6th log, and then it splits up, for their 7th and 8ths down here. There's a few monsters that do that, so just keep that in mind. But generally, by the 7th or 8th log, you'll be able to tell for 100% certainty what monster you're getting, right? So we are going over today Giant Octopus, Mefilas, and Zetton. So let's just start with Giant Octopus first, and then we'll go to Mefilas. They're in the same category. So the category you're looking for the 2 of them is that random miscellaneous monster category. And it's usually, or not usually, 100% of the time, it will start with, we have set out on our expedition but are yet to encounter anything out of the ordinary. This will move down to progressing further in our research. It seems we have emerged into an open area. After investigating our surroundings for a short while, one of the soldiers called out. After the soldiers call out, this will break into these specific monsters. So let's take a look at Giant Octopus first. It goes straight into something slimy coated the ground beneath our feet. We trudged on in the direction of the rocky area ahead. As we walked cautiously in the dark toward the rocky area, a huge black figure suddenly rose from behind the boulder. It resembled a creature I knew well, but it was so large. Upon noticing us, it began to crawl in our direction without making a sound. This is Giant Octopus. If you get those logs in any map, that is going to be Giant Octopus. You cannot obviously get those logs in a 4-star map, in a legendary map, but in anything else, you can for sure get the Giant Octopus out of that. So those are his logs. Now next are Mefilas. Now Mefilas shares the same 6th log as Ultraman. So Mefilas and Ultraman start with, there were what seemed to be human footprints, but where would they lead? Ultraman, we've already gone over in the previous version of these videos, right? Following the footsteps in Silver Giant. Mefilas says, following the footsteps, we spotted a figure ahead of us. It was a man staring at a box floating in midair. And now that's the beta box that you can also get in the studio pack for Shin Ultraman if you got that. When the man turned to look at us, we found he had transformed into something decidedly non human. I don't know if Mefilas is a man in Shin Ultraman or in the original canon. I don't know anything about him, so if that is a spoiler for Shin Ultraman, I'm sorry, but it's in the game. I don't know. Don't know. But that is Mefilas logs, alright? Now, next is Zetton's, and Zetton, his log is interesting, or their log is interesting. So it starts with the mechanical logs, the regular one, not the Super X ones, the regular logs. It says, midway through our expedition, we were surprised to hear a mechanical noise in the distance, distinct from the sounds of the nature we had grown familiar with. Could there be some kind of facility in this place? We moved swiftly toward the sound, and relying on our ears to guide us, we investigated our surroundings, okay? So then it goes into Zetton's logs. Despite our extensive search of the surrounding area, we have been unable to locate the light's source. No light was mentioned. As we were preparing to abandon our search and turn back, I sensed something strange in the vicinity. I looked up and was stunned to see a huge figure looming in the sky. That is Zetton's logs. Now, I think it's a little strange. We have 100% confirmation proof that every time that we've seen Zetton's logs, it's come from this line. With the midway through the mechanical noises, could there be a facility? However, the Super X's logs start with a silver light briefly flashes through the sky before us. We gather our belongings and hurry in its direction. Continuing our search for the source of the light, we hear a loud noise up ahead, and then that goes into could there be some kind of facility in this place. We move swiftly towards the sound. Okay? That seems like it would work better for Zetton and his logs. Now, I have only seen 3 logs for Zetton, and all 3 of them come from here. Midway through our expedition, we were surprised to see a mechanical noise in the distance. I feel like it would have been better if it came from the Super X logs, as it refers to lights in all 3 of them, and then his refers to lights. But maybe we just haven't seen that variation of logs yet, you know? Could be something, could be nothing. I don't know, but maybe he has 2 different paths of logs and we don't know about it yet. But for now, this is the group of maps. Whether or not he is actually connected to this one or not, this is the group of units he's connected with the machines, and those are his logs right here. So that's all I got for you guys. I do not think there are going to be any more units added for the month of September. So September was Zetton and Mefilas, and Giant Octopus was at the end of August, so he wasn't in the last month's unit logs video, but he was in this one. I don't think we're getting another unit this month. I don't think we're getting a 3rd or 4th unit in September, so this should be all the logs for the month of September and the end of August. So, copy, paste, unlock all text. I don't want to do that. Regardless, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you learned a little something in this video, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.